guys, it's Leanne here, and today on my channel I'm going to be doing a podcast episode, and today we're going to be talking about my 6-month gluten and dairy free / semi-vegan update. How I've been, what's been going on, what I've been eating, and we are going to actually work on a gluten and dairy free one serving. I'll have a picture of the screen and the recipe. I'll have a picture on the screen of the recipe and what it looks like. I didn't have cocoa powder, so what I did is I used the dark chocolate Catalina Crunch, and I pretty much grounded it. So that's what this is. So let's get started. I need to get a mixing bowl, and I'm going to bring you guys closer today. So you guys won't be able to see my head, but as on the screen, we have oats. Oh, I forgot to bring the milk out, but milk of your choice. Unsweetened vanilla almond milk. I use no nut milk, so I use Ripple. A banana, well, half of a banana. A tablespoon of cocoa powder, baking soda, dash of maple syrup. I use 100% pure because that's what works for me, and Lily's dark chocolate. So I'm going to grab all of that and I will be right back. So it says start by baking at 350 for 20 minutes. So 350. So I am literally just going to be jabbering about it. I don't really have any specific plans of what I'm talking about. Right after my birthday, which for my birthday I told my family that I wanted to go to Kumo's Steakhouse for a Japanese like hibachi night with the fam. So that's what we did. Let me tell you, I'll have a picture of that particular night on the screen, but it's not that I was heavy, and it's not that I was too big or anything like that. I just hands down felt like ass every time I ate, and I could not lay a finger on it. And this is going to sound so TMI, but it is true. I literally, anytime I went deuce, so number 2, I had these weird cramps beforehand, and they're not like regular cramps either. I don't know how to explain it. It was painful. I was bloated, and I knew something was wrong with me at that point, but I felt so helpless. So my mom works at a allergist center, so she got someone to request labs, and basically I went in and got a series of labs done. And after the labs, we waited until all of the tests came back, and we figured out the problem. I was gluten and dairy intolerant. Actually, I was really lactose intolerant, and the only way to figure out if I was gluten intolerant was to cut it out and then bring it back in. And I didn't even need to bring it back in because I felt so good after taking it out of my diet that there was no need to bring it back because I felt better without gluten. Now we're on to the baking soda, and that is a teaspoon. So essentially, the beginning of September is when I pretty much was going gluten and dairy free. And for those of you who don't know and have not watched my channel, you wouldn't know that lots of lactose free items have this little name and slash ingredient called lactase enzyme. Now, if you were to go on the internet and do a huge Google dive, you would find out that really, it's basically, Google tells you it's supposed to make you ingest lactose better. That's totally false. And the source in which I got it from, she loves to, and if you're seeing this, hi, hello. She loves her knowledge. She loves to read up on things. And so she knows that it says a dash of maple syrup. That's about a dash to me. I feel like I am missing something. We're just going to use all of it. Smells good regardless. It doesn't quite look like the picture because I opted to not go to the store. I'm using a muffin tin personally because who's got time to buy a serving bowl? But basically, essentially, that lactase enzyme is the reason why I went dairy free, because she's actually dairy free herself. And she said it would just be better to go dairy free instead of suffering with that enzyme. So here we are. And if you also have not watched the channel for a while or kept up, you probably wouldn't know. The beginning of 2024, I set out to start working out. And I did. And I've been consistent for almost a year now. I'm very excited about it. Now we are just going to wait. It's a waiting game. I am going to sit down and we'll chit chat more. With going gluten and dairy free, it was a lot of ups and downs, a lot of challenges, a lot of learning and fails. And there's some things that I didn't like that were either vegan or almost vegan or just gluten and dairy free that I didn't like. And I really just started with opting for gluten and dairy free items. I use the Fig app through and through, love it. I think it's worth the money. And I just kind of started trying to opt for the gluten and dairy free items. And then as I've casually gone within the 6 months, I feel like I went from just choosing other alternatives, like the better alternatives for me. I went from doing that to shopping at Trader Joe's, which is more inclusive for me, and really, getting down in business and finding healthier recipes. And it took me time, but this Thursday I actually went shopping, and Emma Marie, I'll have her channel in the eye somewhere, but she just recently moved out on her own and she loves yogurt bowls. So I was just I don't know, I felt that I wanted to step up my game a little bit. So I got a lot of different frozen fruits and from Trader Joe's, and I actually had acai puree in my freezer. And so a couple days ago, I'll have a picture of the acai bowl. On Thursday, I made a acai bowl. On today, actually, for lunch, I had a smoothie. It was really honestly the consistency of like a smoothie bowl personally. And let me tell you, they were both so yummy. And I was really excited because it was a winning moment for me. I think put in perspective that a meal doesn't have to consist of meat and a veggie to call it a meal. I mean, for instance, the acai bowl with the acai puree, the strawberries, the banana that I mixed in. It was really like a mix of different berries. Bananas, I put a little bit of milk in there. And then strawberries, banana, granola on top. It was so filling and it lasted for like 3 or 4 hours. So that was a 10 out of 10 lunch. And then the smoothie bowl, even though I kind of just ate it out of and it says cook for 20 minutes. Back to talking we go. So the smoothie bowl, oh my gosh, on Thursday went to Target for cheese, a vegan cheese, and I never got the darn vegan cheese. But nonetheless, I went to Target for one thing. Of course, I walked out of Target with like what feels like a million things. But I got, and I'll have a picture of it on the screen, I got vegan, like all-in-one nutrition powder, like shake powder, and I just got the vanilla because I felt like if I got anything else, I would have to be, like if I got the matcha, I would have to love matcha and love the flavor of matcha, and if I got chocolate, I'd have to stick to things that I like chocolate with. So I felt vanilla was the best option, which let me tell you, I love it, and it's not sponsored by any means, but I love that powder. It's so good. And for 2 scoops, it's 1 serving, and 1 serving has 25 grams of protein in it. And if you don't know, protein kind of makes you full for longer or more satisfied for longer. I only did 1 scoop until I realized I should have actually done 2 scoops, but still, it was so good. And honestly, if I had the chocolate powder, honestly, I could eat that as like a ice cream or a smoothie ice cream, chocolate ice cream flavor with berries mixed in. Oh, 10 out of 10. Loved it. So basically, I'm starting to explore options and different things. I'm also someday, maybe tomorrow, going to make a yogurt bowl. And I have, I think, 2 different brands that I'm trying. And I'm excited for kind of like me in general. I feel so good. I feel so nourished, so well fed. I feel 10 pounds lighter is the best way to describe it. Like, I feel like weight has just ripped off of me. I feel so good, and I know what I'm eating is good for my body. And let me tell you, at the beginning of this, I was like all gung-ho. I wanted to stick with no gluten, no dairy, none whatsoever. I am thankful enough to only be intolerant to it. So it's not like I can't eat it. I just have to portion out how much I'm going to eat and make sure I'm not feeling like ass cheeks, booty afterwards. So thankfully I can cheat a little. But honestly, it's just so rewarding finding options that are tasting the same or almost, not if the same, almost the same as my option I could. So for instance, like the smoothie. I have tried smoothies in the past, and the only one I liked was the one from Tropical Smoothie, and it was the Beach Bomb. It was strawberries, banana, and dark chocolate. That's the only thing that I liked, and now I can make it at home, and it's so much better for me. So I think it's so rewarding to have moments like that. And I think that even when it comes down to like me exercising, I know I have good days, bad days. And when I have the bad days, even though I don't feel like working out, I don't have the motivation, I don't have the drive, and honestly, I just feel like a pile of rocks, I still do the workout, even if I get frustrated in the middle of it, even if I have no motivation or willpower to do it, I do it. And afterwards, even though I may still be in that slump, I still feel rewarded that I accomplished my day-to-day activity, even though I didn't feel the greatest during and after it. I think that's an accomplishment, because on a bad day before, I feel like I would have just not done it, and I would have made an excuse, and there are no times for excuses. And honestly, I am just feeling so good. I feel good. I feel like I look good. And that's all that matters, honestly. I'm going to stop jibber jabbering, and I will see you guys when I try the snack. I don't have my mic on. I'm not quite sure where it went, but I will show you guys a video of the muffin in her glory. She smells really good. I have high hopes because of the Lily's dark chocolate chips. Okay, with cocoa powder, it would taste a lot different. It's still not bad. I prefer, it would be better with the cocoa powder though, instead of the I made cocoa powder myself type of thing. But it's not bad though. If you try it, let me know in the comments down below. And if you tried it with the cocoa powder, tell me how much better it is.